Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Johnny Woodard Presents Broken Simulation, starring Johnny Woodard. We're in it. We're the quickest to get into it. We set world records.
Oh,
okay.
Boy, do we.
World records. We are in
now.
it. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week. Just a turn and burn show, dude. Turn and burn show.
Me and Jason did that one time on Punch Drunk, and then we just had like 10 minutes of ads to end the show. It was like on April Fools or something, and we just put the show out with probably 20 seconds of us talking, and then the rest of it was just ad breaks.
Oh, I missed that show. We should do it some more.
Yeah, well, the last time we did it was 4 months ago, May 1st.
Oh my God.
I know.
Dude, welcome to the Valley. We shoot off fireworks every day. It's
crazy, isn't it? Every night for the past week.
Yeah.
They've been shooting off fireworks.
For people.
Did you see in the new spending bill that, and this just tells you how ridiculous defense spending is in the U.S., but that we are spending more on.
Is this Hot Topics?
No, I think Hot Topics.
Topics.
I was thinking DIddy or what was the Candace Owens thing, the phone call she got from.
Oh,
Trump.
I love it. I love all of it.
All right, well, maybe we just talk about DIddy. But yeah, there was this.
Go with the big bill, big bill.
There was this chart that we are now, when this bill passes, we'll spend more on ICE than any other countries are spending on defense currently.
Yeah, I mean, because they want to destroy. It's like unbelievable to me. And just get ready, conservatives, for when it gets turned on Americans. And it's going to happen.
Yes. Yeah.
It's going to happen. I did Jamie Kennedy's podcast today, and I was talking about
this. Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And I talked on there about this theory I have, is that anxiety and depression comes from when you're programming and the real world collide. Like you're brainwashing through your childhood, through your family experiences, through what your parents tell you, from what school brainwashes you. You get this idealistic view of the world, and then we release them to the wild, and it doesn't match up. And that's where the depression and anxiety comes. Your programming is telling you one thing, and reality is another thing, and that's when you start to freak out. So, I'm very anti-war. I've been talking about this for a while. I hate war. I think it's unnecessary. But I've come to the conclusion that this is the human race. I mean, I'm reading this book, Johnny. I went and bought a book on Alexander II after our show with Joseph P. Farrell. I go, oh, man, I really like that. I'm going to read about it. Bro, it is nuts. It is nuts. The czars of Russia, insanity, dude. I mean, it is literally Game of Thrones.
Ugly.
And they just czars offing czars. And it was all about the royal. I mean, dude, I can't believe maybe Game of Thrones is based on Russian history. I don't know. But man, that would be a show. If you want to do a show on Russian history, it's crazy. So Nicholas I is basically the guy who, in a weird way, creates communism. It's not communism without God, but it's this complete and utter lockdown of the government and censorship of speech. Because what would happen was, if the czars didn't play ball with the guards, the royal guards, they would assassinate them
because they knew they had the power. Yeah.
So they had to constantly be kissing these guards' ass, and then eventually they would get overthrown. So Nicholas somehow, on his first day, dude, his first day as the czar, has an uprising, and he just gets lucky and he wins. They're all the rebels are all drunk. They can't do anything. He uses a cannon. He beats everybody.
Oh yeah, I know this. Yeah, I know this one. Yeah, I know the story. Yeah.
And out of it, he basically goes lockdown. He creates the secret police, which becomes almost like one of the original intelligence agencies. They were sent into everywhere as undercover agents. Anybody talking anything would be locked up, thrown down. Can't talk art for a long time in Russia. And then later on, the Bolsheviks kind of picked that up, but they took out God.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, the Tsar was the Pope of the Russian Orthodox.
Yeah. Boy, human history is just violent, huh?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to is like this depression I get for how the Palestinians are being treated is really true. It's really sad. But the truth is like that's humanity. That is always these psychopaths always do this.
Yeah.
It's actually unusual for it not to happen.
Yeah, the exception is to be kind and nonviolent. Yeah.
Right, 100%, which is God's
Which is
plan.
why I think there's some value to, you're hearing a lot that's very concerning to me is a very concerning thing that maybe I heard it like on London Real or Real or whatever the hell that podcast is called the other day. It was this guy, that Bustamante guy who was in the CIA, and he was talking to the host of
the
that.
one with the hair.
Yeah. And he was talking to the host of that, talking about how democracy is not even the best system. It's not an ideal to strive. And I'm just thinking, like, have we really come that far where people are like, that's kind of a mainstream opinion now
Well, I mean, you hear certain places like China, Saudi Arabia, Russia, where people,
UAE, yeah, well, what about you guys? Are you going to be here in 5 years? Are you going to be here in 10 years? Probably not,
Yeah, so it's this fine line, right? And democracy, as we knew it in America, was much more
It's rare.
powerful when it was an educated population.
Yeah.
We don't have that right now. We have very uneducated, and I'm not saying that to be a snob, but it's like they are distracted. We allow people to engage in democracy without having any data to figure out what's the best decision.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and I would sign up for that tomorrow.
Of course.
Right? I don't want to engage in democracy. I just want to keep all my money.
Yeah. What you said was really, really a great observation that what we have here in America is the exception throughout history. And I think that's why it has some value, but we got to fight for it. It's not something that we can did you see Flava Flav wrote an op-ed, I think in Rolling Stone.
Now, do we think he wrote it?
Well, no, of course not. Saying that nobody should have semi-automatic guns. Nobody should have any guns.
Yeah.
Flava Flav, fight the power with what?
Yeah,
Flava Flav, what?
100%. It's just like, hey, man, when they call you in, they call you in.
I tweeted, though, did you see, who is the person who reads a Flava Flav opinion piece and is like,
honey, grab the guns. We're getting rid of them. Flavor Flav.
It's over.
Flavor Flav says, disarm ourselves. The guy walks around with a giant clock around his neck.
Nobody. Now, most people didn't even know that guy was still alive.
I met him once. He hates when you call him Flava.
Really? What are you supposed to
call him? I think it's Flav.
Flav. Okay. What do you call him, Mr. Flavor or something?
Hey, what's up, Flavor Flav? Okay, dude. I'll just take the picture. Yeah, boy. I mean, that was him.
Yeah, he's the hype man. Yeah.
I told you when I saw Public Enemy, right? Did I tell you the story of that the first time I saw them?
I don't know.
I had to have, but I'll tell it again.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is when the House of Blues was across the street from the Comedy Store.
I never saw that. Yeah.
And it had to be like 2003. I've seen Flavor. I've seen Public Enemy a couple times, and they always have this thing where they'll do half the concert, and then the band wants to take a break, so they give Flavor Flav like 30 minutes to do whatever he wants. It's his 30 minutes.
Like what?
He can do whatever he wants. So this moment, this is fresh off the O.J. Simpson trial.
Okay.
Flavor Flav disappears from the stage. Chuck D announces it's going to be Flavor's time. Enjoy it. Walks up. Flavor Flav walks back out with a giant statue of O.J. Simpson. Walks out with it, sets it down, and then talks to the crowd and tries to persuade us, and these are exact words, we should forgive O.J. Simpson because he rushed for mad yards in the NFL, yo. And everyone just sat there quietly. Everyone's like, okay, all right. Are you just going to rap? And so that didn't last that long, and they brought him back out.
So this is the guy now we're supposed to listen to his suggestion about.
So the guy who said that we should forgive O.J. Simpson for double murder because he rushed for mad yards in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that funny? So now we have DIddy.
Hot Topics.
Who is he got away with it. I mean, he really did.
Well,
serious
the
charges.
word is right now, and a lot of people are talking that
Mhm.
something else is coming. That
legally on him.
yes.
Okay, so what happened? Okay, so he was up on racketeering and trafficking.
Yeah. And by the way, Johnny, like I've said before, I learned that you can't transport over state lines.
That's fine. I'm surprised you didn't know that.
I didn't know that. You think I would be? You think I would know that?
Yeah.
But nope. That's what you got to do.
It was like a thing they used to get the mob guys on all the time. If they couldn't get them on anything else, they'd get them on trafficking because they cross state lines. You know, because it's federal.
So the judge, who I think is Armenian, he ends in IAN. I think he's an Armo.
That's always an Armo. Yeah. So count 1, racketeering conspiracy, not guilty. That was a maximum of life imprisonment. Count number 2, trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, not guilty. Minimum 15 years, life.
That's crazy. That one's by just the description of the law. Not even getting into
and
just the label.
That was Cassie. That one.
That just the label of. Imagine being Cassie's husband and you hear that.
Oh.
The jury basically thought she was down to get freaky.
That's crazy. Count number 3.
She's carrying your baby, and it's like the jury's like, nah, she's.
Count number 3 was transportation to engage in prosper. That was guilty, maximum 10 years. That was also Cassie. Count 4, trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion relating to Jane, not guilty again, 15 years. And then count 5, transportation to engage in guilty, maximum 10 years. So the only 2 things he got were the transportation.
He's looking at, she go back to back, and that's 20 years. The judge could give him 20 years back.
Can they do that, or is it concurrent? Do you know? Can they
based on Law and Order and everything I see, it is because I watched this video of this lawyer, this judge reading this guy's sentence, and he's just staring at his lawyer like she's the problem.
Yeah.
And the first one was like some gang-related life without parole. So he's done. Anything after that is just useless, right?
Yeah.
So he's just staring at her, and she's like scared shitless. So that is he. I think she can go back to back.
Oh, okay. But the general consensus on the news has been that the prosecution just got like in there.
Yeah.
Because remember, they came back. The jury came.
Well, it was Comey's daughter. That's what everyone was always saying. And I would be like, well, she did stick Ghislaine Maxwell in jail. She did do that. The problem is they've never gone after anyone who partaked in the trafficking. Right? It's like, oh, you're a trafficker, but you didn't go after anyone who engaged in it. That seems to be the big issue that people have right now. So now Comey does this one, Comey's daughter, and a lot of people think she threw it, and
really?
Yeah, it was a very weird trial. And I don't know if you heard this, but Brad Binkley was on the whatever this is. Oh yeah, I told this on.
Yeah, you told us on Catch Days.
Yeah, I mean, like I could have been a better lawyer than this, whoever he hired.
Well, let's say what you said though. And I looked this up because it sounded so ridiculous. It is only one source reporting it, but it's a legit like YouTube channel that recaps the trial, and they had somebody in the room saying that during the closing arguments, the prosecution was talking about, or was it the defense? I can't remember. Was
the defense?
It was the defense, right? Talking about how you can be with your wife. Or no, he didn't say wife. He said you can be with a partner, and if you're doing.
But the answer is yeah. You stopped. That's the answer.
It's just crazy.
But like, again, you couldn't call one witness that had a great time at the P Diddy parties.
I would
have had a conga line of people going, I went there. It was fun. We all had a great time. Everyone wanted to be there.
Why do you think? Why do you think they couldn't get that?
Because they knew it was. So they knew it was going to be they probably thought they were going to get off on everything.
We have some jury commentary too. This is George, one of the 18 people who served on the jury. He said, Reading all my notes and looking back at the evidence, I probably would have reached the same conclusion as the other jurors. He said, I think he might have been an alternate or something. Yeah, he was an alternate. He said, I think there was a little bit of doubt in people's minds. I think it was a tough case to prove, especially the first count, the charge of racketeering. There was always a little bit of doubt there, even from the beginning. I even wrote in my notebook, like it was a takedown. He said, because he said that Dawn Richard was not very credible. Yeah, and then he said the man described being impressed by the defense's work in court and noted that Combs, Diddy, was very attentive in the courtroom. He was fighting for himself, the guy said.
Like, what is he supposed to do? Oh, he didn't fall asleep?
Yeah, truly. Like, what are we
He
talking
didn't
about?
come in clown makeup? Like, what are
wasn't
you talking
convinced-
about?
George
You're on
says he-
trial. Of course you're going to pay attention.
George said he wasn't convinced by the prosecution's assertions that Cassie and the anonymous ex-girlfriend Jane were trafficked, counts 2 and 4. So this guy almost didn't even think they should get it on the other charge either. Yeah, and he said, Jane, I didn't believe her. Some parts didn't add up as much. It seemed a little strange. So yeah, he just didn't believe the women, it sounds like. Believe all women, but not the women that accused Diddy of.
And then he must not believe the rapper that said he blew up his car.
Which is crazy. So what he said, it was actually pretty tame. It was just a lot of rubbing oil and stuff. It wasn't anything too graphic.
And you heard people saying that we're doing like basically coverage of the trial because the mainstream media wasn't touching it because they're all controlled by the same people controlling P. Diddy, you know, and they didn't touch it. And everyone on YouTube was like, this guy's getting off, dude. They're not proving anything. And to me, this was all about getting the P. Diddy tapes for blackmail.
There it is.
I mean, like, did Jennifer Lopez at all testify?
No.
No.
Nobody like that on that level.
And that's why it was really hush hush too, because there were names involved and nobody wanted those names out.
And they all know now. Anybody who had anything there knows that, like, they got it now.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Flavor Flav's like, yo, we don't need guns.
Dude, that's so interesting. Oh, wow. Now, you said you think that, or you heard that maybe more is coming down.
So I was listening to Jesse on Fire,
Uh-huh.
and he's pretty passionate content creator. And he was saying that P. Diddy not being allowed out of jail might be a sign that something else is coming.
Oh, so he's okay. So because they didn't let him out pending sentencing,
Yes.
he thinks there could be more.
Yes.
That's interesting because he's already. What could it be? Does he?
I don't know. And I mean, it sounds like the judge is ready to drop a hammer.
Well, I mean, there's only so much hammer they can drop. I mean, he's only convicted of those two.
That's 20 years. That's still a lot of years, especially at his age. How old is he? 50 something?
Oh,
That means he doesn't get out till 70.
This one, but let me see. Okay. Why are people looking at the Diddy verdicts as a loss? He's 50. Yeah, this says he still faces up to 20 years. So yeah, I mean, Diddy's looking at 15 to 21 months in prison is what this guy says.
I think he'll get a couple years. And then he'll get out on good behavior.
He has to.
And I've heard stories about him in prison. He's asking guards for their name and badge number because he wants to report them. I'm like, bro.
That's what happens, dude. When I've been just rage baiting watching this civil rights lawyer on YouTube. You ever watch this guy? And he just gets like bad policing and kind of plays the body cam and explains the law and stuff. Dude, that makes me so angry. I just watched some guy, this drunk guy, because he was asleep in a bed in a hotel room, and this cop came in there, and the guy wouldn't wake up because he's drunk, passed out in the bed, not hurting anybody. And the guy just because. I mean, his face just, it pisses me off. I was just watching that all day, just getting angry.
Well, I mean, being a cop is really hard.
Yeah, but this guy, you can tell this guy isn't like this guy was spraying him in the face while he had him handcuffed with mace and saying,
Johnny, did I ever tell you the time I was asked to do? Well, I've been asked to do cop charity events all the time in the past. I've been asked in over a decade. But back in the day, did I ever tell you when I was tweaking and I got asked to go, I had to go do a charity event?
I seem to remember something like
Okay,
that.
so I told you that
Probably
one.
did.
Then I get asked to do another charity event. It's like a Christmas party.
Okay.
And they're like, the woman is this hot cop. She's hot, thick, Viking hot.
Nice.
And she's like, just go nuts. I don't give a go crazy. I go, are you sure? She goes, go crazy. So I go nuts. I kill half the crowd. The other crowd hates me, right? So I'm talking to her after the show. And I'm like, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. Her boyfriend comes up, which is this short Latino jacked cop. And
Okay.
bro, he wanted to murder me, dude. Because
Really?
he thought I was hitting on his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dude, this
Were
guy.
you hitting on his girlfriend?
No, dude. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Not at all, dude. I was happy I survived the event.
Would you do it again? Would you do cop events again?
Because my
Tough.
cousin's a cop, probably. But, LAPD, dude.
They're bad.
The only reason you do those events is to get that card where you can get out of a speeding ticket or something. Be like, hey, I help.
Yeah.
Bang. I've done charity events for you guys. Let me go, please.
Some lady that Jason Whitlock had on said, if I had to guess, more like an 18-month sentence for time served. There were gasps in the courtroom. It was crazy. That was Lauren Conlon who said that. So she was in the courtroom. So man, dude, if he gets less than a year or something, that's like something in that range.
Yeah, but this is the real question. Let's say he got off and he does no time.
He walks. Okay.
What does he do after this? Like, his name is.
Dude, he'll go right back to producing records.
He wasn't doing before this.
Or whatever he was doing. He's rich. He's got money in the bank.
There's lawsuits. There's all these lawsuits.
Oh, he'll probably just be in court nonstop, actually. Yeah.
And that's a different thing. See, this is my whole thing about the Me Too and all this. When I see that the first case you do is a civil case, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. But when you go to a court case first, then a civil case, all right, now I'm listening. But if remember when Derrick Rose got taken and then he's going to get upset and want to marry me.
So crazy, dude. Like, what kind of sick mind comes up with that?
I don't even know, bro. It is so ridiculous. So ridiculous.
Crazy, man. It's so crazy.
So, Johnny, right now, you probably can't notice this. You don't notice. I have half a beard shaved. I have my side shaved here, and I don't have here because during the shaving, my razor just died. So I have a beard right now. You might not be able to tell, but it is really nasty. It's like, that's why all these are sprinkling out. And then I'm like, and it just died.
I didn't want to say anything.
That's really rude, dude. Just died. Because this is where the age comes into my face, is right here and here.
Yeah.
This is where you go, oh, you're old. Not that I don't look my age, but
Razor couldn't take it, huh?
Razor said, what are we doing?
Done. You get to take this job and shove it, dude.
And it's not even like I use it that much. It used to be an old sponsor of ours.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like,
I like those things. Yeah.
I do too, except for when they stop working.
Yeah. You're sure they need to just be charged? It's just.
I'm charging right now. I'll give you an update next week.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. As we roll into summer, keeping up healthy eating habits can become challenging amidst barbecues, road trips, and just your packed schedule. Tempo makes staying on track effortless, offering delicious, calorie-conscious meals crafted from real ingredients and cooked and ready faster than you can pack your beach bag. Tempo, the official partner of the 2025 CrossFit Games, delivers fresh, chef-curated, dietitian-approved meals right to your door. Packed with protein, their delicious meals help keep you fueled and ready for your next workout. Tempo serves up fast, feel good, single serving meals that are crafted to cook in just 3 minutes so you can eat well without sacrificing taste or convenience. With new recipes each week that are made with real ingredients and nutrient rich, they make it easy to keep up a healthy lifestyle. Tempo's perfectly portioned lunches and dinners take the guesswork out of eating well, are fully prepared, and can be heated in the microwave in just 3 minutes. Tempo offers a variety of meals for different dietary and taste preferences, including protein-packed, calorie-conscious, carb-conscious, that's my favorite, and fiber-rich. It seems like I'm always rushing out the door, so it's great to have a meal ready, a quality meal in just a few minutes, so I can feel like I'm taking care of myself while I'm on the go. For a limited time, Tempo is offering our listeners 60% off your first box. Go to tempomeals.com/brokensim. That's tempomeals.com/brokensim for 60% off your first box. Tempomeals.com/brokensim. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Johnny, did you watch? Okay, next
I'm
thing.
halfway through it, yeah.
I myself the other day.
Again?
I had a Zing blowout, and I thought it was just a fart,
Oh, dude.
and it was a little bit more. And then I went to Vaughn's because Dana needed orange juice, yogurt, and some cigarettes. And as I walked, I go, "Oh, that's a little bit more than I thought."
Oh,
So
no, bro.
I had to make a decision: do I want to run home, change, or just shop at Vaughn's, get it done, and go home?
And you're
What do
sure
you-
you were at Vaughn's, right? Because we were in Rouse and a guy walked past us rushing to the bathroom and he had definitely his pants.
No.
It wasn't Rouse. Okay.
It was the Vaughn's near me.
What'd you do?
I went and shopped. I said it. So I go to the Vaughn's and I'm walking with a little, what are those called? Those baskets
Yeah, little
behind
hand-
my.
And this is why you sanitize the handbasket every time before you take it.
I walked it behind my so
Oh,
no one could
dude.
see it. But luckily, and you'll learn this, and you know this, that especially in the Valley in Hollywood, the supermarkets are where the wild things roam.
Yes.
And it's a constant freak show. So even a guy in his pants, which I didn't, wouldn't even stand out in the mental facility that is the local supermarket.
Yeah.
Right? I
Although
mean,
it's way better in the Valley than it is in Hollywood by far.
oh yeah. So on Sunset, there is a Ralph's called Rock and Roll Ralph's.
That's an open air facility right there, dude.
Oh yeah. And the reason it's so popular is because all the strip bars around that's where all the strippers go to do their shopping.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's very weird because I just feel like being a stripper in LA means nothing anymore. It used to mean something when it was rock and roll, but it's like the girls are so hot here and walk half naked. Why would you go to a strip bar when you go to a real bar and actually have a shot at taking something home?
Yeah. And they're all on OnlyFans now, too. You can just see it.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's destroyed strip bars and it's destroyed comedy clubs.
It's like, yeah, I mean, OnlyFans too has turned into like Cameo because most of those women are doing like private, like you pay them like $50 or whatever, and then they just
Who even knows how much? I mean, tokens. What's a token worth?
Yeah, I don't know.
What? How much is that in real money? What is that? $3?
So what happens?
So this is the worst part. I have 3 phones now. Here we go. This is calling phone. Okay. This phone, Johnny. This phone. Never seen.
Well, who cares if you got the 2 other phones?
So this
what
is
the good of
just the
that?
calling phone, talking and text. This is the business phone, does not leave the house. And this is the social media phone.
And it goes wherever the non-phone goes. So what's the point?
Because the social media apps mine all your data, everything on there. They mine
But
it.
isn't that the phone you look at?
No,
But
No.
you said the other phone has no, and the other phone is a business phone.
the business phone is the old phone that seems alive. This one has no apps on it. The only thing I'm going to put on it is Waze. It's got Southwest. It's going to have Waze on it. It's going to have Southwest on it. It's going to have, my airline apps, and that's it. It won't even have
And then
Zoom on it.
you're gonna get that other phone too, right? The what
I
is it?
have that. I haven't done anything with it yet.
Before you move on from this thing, have you ever seen the video of George Brett, the great baseball player, talking about himself? Have you seen this?
No.
You'll love this. So if you're listening, this is George Brett, great Kansas City Royals player.
Back when the Royals won a World Series
Yeah.
within the last 10 years.
When he was a coach for the Royals, talking about here, like when they're warming up at practice. Here we go.
Part of the left side. Went out and had a great meal, just a great meal. I had to go to the bathroom so bad in the car. I'm going, Travel, hurry up, man.
Probably dropped a couple N-bombs right there. They just, we couldn't
I'm
understand
good,
what you saying.
twice a year for that. When was the last time you? Yeah. Been a while? It's been a long time. I was in Vegas a couple years ago. This is an honest to God true story. Staying at the Bellagio. I went over to the Mirage for dinner, met some friends of mine over there. Went to Kokomo's, a great little steakhouse. The guy brings out some fresh crab legs. These just came in, I got to give them to you guys. I'm eating them. Then we go play gamble a little bit. Then I had a tea time early in the morning. So I said, look, I got to get going. I'm walking back to the hotel. I get 3/4 of the way out of the lobby, and all of a sudden I go, oh, and I'm standing here like this. I got my butt pinched, so I can't move. All of a sudden,
That's the worst feeling ever.
Felt all right. I went just like this. Water. I had some food poisoning from the crabs. Take off my leather jacket, tied it around my waist, and I'm just standing there, and it's just running down my leg. I got jeans on, black bucks, no socks, and then I just start walking. Every time I'm walking, something's coming out. It's water, straight water. Then, to show you how sick I was, and then I'm standing outside, and I get on my cell phone, and I call the guy. I said, Larry, you won't believe this. I'm standing outside the Bellagio. I can't move. I got everywhere, all over myself. And Larry's about a 48 waist. So he brings me over a pair of pants and some towels. And so he comes over and he meets me where I tell him where I'm standing. He finds the closest bathroom. When you go up the escalator, you go I can't get in the elevator. It's 12 o'clock at night. You know? So he goes in, he finds the closest bathroom in the lobby of the hotel. And then I get in the escalator and he kind of pretends like he dropped something so no one gets behind me. Tells me where it is. I go in there. He goes and gets the towel all wet for me, throws it over the stall. I take off all my clothes, just wipe off, leave my shoes, left my shoes, my pants, everything right there, the towels right there in the stall, and I'm walking barefoot with my shirt and his pants that are 48 waist through the lobby like this at midnight. Got up in the morning, took the most perfect double taper I've ever had in my life. True story.
That's George Brett right there.
Dude, and someone found those shoes and threw them out and didn't realize what kind of gold they had right there. You could have sold Brett.
George Brett's covered.
Yeah, covered shoes.
Oh.
Someone just threw them out. Or they're like, dude, I got these nice shoes.
I just
got to clean them. I just got to clean them. It's good to go.
One of the funniest stories. I guarantee you there was more to it than that. I bet you he was absolutely
Orc out of his mind.
something like that. Because you don't just get food poisoning like 30
that
minutes.
quickly. Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
I guarantee you, out of his freaking skull, probably did a bump as he was going over, and that bump gave him a blowout. And
Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
Dude.
That's funny.
Dude, you'll talk to people who.
That's
why
funny.
I say with these Zins, I'm like, yeah, I just had
The Zans, dude. What are we on now? How many?
a couple a day.
I feel like that guy gave you the green light on tinfoil the other month, like last month. He was like, oh, yeah, nicotine's great for you. And you were just like, okay, it's on, baby.
Everything I do addictive.
We got to
Everything.
I was thinking we were recording this week, and when you do the Zens on the show, you make a lot of noise with your mouth. And I think we got to get you like a cough button or something, because it was like a lot of putting it in, I can hear, and then you were like, a lot of like.
Well, I'm fat. That's why I'm breathing heavy.
Yeah, but I watched you. You put the Zen in, and then you started like. Okay, so we're keeping track of it. Like George Brett said, he's good for like 2 of those a year. It seems like you're good for 2 of those a year. Where you?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can't remember last time. I don't think I've done that. But occasionally you'll have those.
I haven't had even an accident.
Well, Johnny, you're very anal about your.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
You're very particular on that. I think you have a whole system set up where it's probably down to minutes and seconds on when you think it's go time, and you position yourself in the right place.
I do
like,
have
like
I
on
do
clock.
I know like ahead of time when it's gonna happen because
You're like, I ate right now, 6 hours and 37 minutes later, at about 11:15. I'm a
no, it's not like that. But I can feel like unwell. I feel a little icky before I have to go because I don't know. I don't shit as often as you, I guess. And
I'm a shit machine. I love it. Get it out.
do you see this week that there's this band that's gained huge popularity on Spotify?
Yeah, they're an
And
AI band.
They're an AI band. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I think people are freaking out more about than. I mean, it is a way for Spotify to make more money and not to pay out, right? But like,
Oh, so you don't think they're gonna pay out this AI band?
or did they create it?
Oh, you think maybe? Oh, I see. Okay, so that's a real theory.
So
Oh.
the question is, the money isn't in the streaming services anymore. The money is in touring. What are you going to do with this band? Just have them play on video?
Well, if you're just one guy, not four band members, if you're just one guy collecting revenue from the streaming, it's a nice little paycheck, I assume.
I know a comic that would just play his album just on repeat for like 24 hours just to make money.
Where? Oh, I got you. Oh, his own. That's funny. That's funny.
And then Chad Zumach, we should have him on the show.
Yes, we should.
Chad
I talked to him on Twitter. He said, yeah. I mean, I told him.
Chad named his jokes on his album after famous songs. So it's like, hey, listen to Chad Zumach and his number one hit, Ride the Lightning.
That's a good idea.
Highway to Hell.
It is disturbing how good the AI is getting though at fake music and photos. Like, so the Oasis is getting ready to go on tour and there are a ton of fake photos of them floating around. Like supposedly like, oh, they were here in Wales at some bar, but it's not them. But it's really hard to tell that it's fake. It fooled a lot of people before.
Lying is way too popular now. It used to be shunned for that.
Ugh.
Now it's a way of life.
We got to self-police it, I guess. I don't know what else I mean, I've started just blocking all those fake news accounts. Like even like that NBA Centel, which is like a parody account.
Yeah, I love that.
I block it because you can't I don't follow that account. Sends me push alerts from NBA Centel of fake trades
because it's so popular.
Yeah, exactly. And what? I'm supposed to look and think LeBron James just got traded or something, and now I have to live in that reality for 30
Bro, they want to get rid of him. Dude. So how much of the Pee Wee thing have you watched?
Like the first episode now. So.
Okay. Can we just get into it?
If you want to, yeah, because I wasn't a big fan of Pee Wee as a kid. Like
maybe you're too young.
Yeah, a little too young. It was a little too abstract for me. I didn't like abstract as a kid, like weird stuff. I wasn't into it. A little too psychedelic, I think.
Yeah.
My taste.
Here's the thing about what is his real name?
Paul Rubens, right?
Paul Rubens. He is an example of our society, and it's the old Thomas Sowell, quote, which is in a society and culture that demands perfection, only liars can thrive. And
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing it. He's a great example of that. Like, he's a guy that tried to throw a bunch of stuff at the wall, nothing hit. So he plays this kid's character and it explodes. And he is everything. I've met so many of these guys. And the thing that you'll notice, Johnny, when you watch the second episode, if you do it, the tone completely changes from the first episode to the second episode. Because as they get to the darkness, okay, the dark part of the story, he doesn't want anything to do with it.
The first episode was bumming me out already. The first episode was.
Well, because you could tell he's a micromanager.
Yeah, he's a proud guy. Yeah.
And he micromanaged the story to make it seem fluffy and flowery, and it was just a giant tale.
Yes. It was
the selling of it is through his vision of how he was.
I
But
didn't
he
know
let-
he came up through groundlings and everything, though.
Oh,
But you
yeah,
see that
dude.
so often with kids, with people who fall into kids' entertainment, so many times they're just failed at everything else, it seems like. And then they're like, well, guess I'll do
Yeah, I mean, and I say this 1,000 times. Anybody in kids' entertainment that doesn't have children is suspect to me. And I mean universally. I don't know why. You'd be like, oh, there's a lot of money in it. Okay. But why did you come up with it? And it's really, especially men. It's shady.
Yeah, I get women. Maybe you're naturally got maternal instincts and stuff.
Yes.
But
But guys, it creeps me out every time.
well, especially him. I always just found him creepy, honestly.
Well, and this is what we get into when we talk about queer theory and how like there's this famous video of this professor basically debating an entire class on the history of queer theory. So you have this guy, Paul Rubin, who lets you kind of look into who he really is. I've met this dude 1,000 times in LA. The corporate, hey, guy, slitting throats, dude. Slitting throats.
Is this
That's
it?
it.
You want to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
it real quick?
Yeah, watch it. This is great. This is a masterclass.
I was accused of homophobia because I'm against. Who is it who actually makes the connections between that?
Gotcha.
Okay. Okay, so we're at 300. 400 is the most famous queer theorist of today. Answer. No, it is not Judith Butler. It's who is Judith Butler? Okay, Judith Butler is the most famous queer theorist of the day.
We see you, all of you supporters here. Every person here.
Okay.
Okay, last one, then we'll
Here's a great
stop.
quote from Judith Butler. Here's a great quote from Judith Butler.
Are you supporting them?
By the way, this is you remember how you started talking about what causes depression? Everybody in this audience is experiencing it.
100%, Johnny.
It's exactly what you're
Anxiety and depression because their programming is getting hit like a Mack truck by reality.
Yeah.
And this is where it comes. All the blue hairs, all the nose rings, all the weird tattoo people, all the white people with dreadlocks and cornrows are all, I got a funny story for you today too.
Okay.
Are all melting down right now.
All right, last one. Just a minute left.
Okay. So yeah, it's Judith Butler. That's one of the queer heroes. Okay, now we have for 500 we have the last one in the queer theory. The answer is queer theorist who has spoken out strongly against who is no one, not a single one.
There we go, dude. And I don't know how much that you're going to be able to put on
I'll work on
YouTube, which is hilarious because that video has a ton of views on YouTube.
Yeah, it's got
right?
70,000 views. Yeah.
And dude, there's multiple versions of it everywhere. We would love to get 70,000 views. What do we got to do to get those views, dude? We got to talk about that stuff. Come on, let us dance, YouTube. But yeah, that is it. So when we go back to Paul Rubin, there's things that you see in this video that are a window into his soul, like him laughing off that he would step on anybody to make it. I mean, he would talk about how he was laser focused on making it.
Well, dude,
And
that first boyfriend in that first episode that he stole the Pee Wee persona from, he admits to that. He's like, yeah, that guy used to say like, oh, this is really flavorful. And
Yeah.
it's like, and you see where I got that from. Like,
Yeah, and then the
right
guy's there at the show, and then that night he dies. It's
Really?
like crazy.
Oh, I haven't
dude.
gotten
Oh
that
yeah,
part. Oh, that's crazy.
crazy. So then they play the video because in the second episode, Paul Rubin basically pulls out of the project.
Oh, really?
He
And-
can't control it, and it's getting to the point where he's really upset. So he stops participating in the
'Cause
doc.
see, I was wondering after the first episode, I was like, why is everybody so into this? Because I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, well, I'm watching with Dana, and she's like, "This is so annoying. This first episode is so annoying."
I thought it was too. Yeah.
And it was just a part of my childhood, so I was watching it because I loved Pee Wee's Playhouse. I loved the movies when I was a kid.
He's
But
always
then I
been fun.
realized like who this guy is. And then the second episode, he starts diving in and he's like, I'm running hard. We're doing all these episodes. And then he starts talking about how he's like kind of hiddenly positioning homosexuality in his show. And that's what everybody gets really upset about. That's what we're talking about. You are doing a kids show. You don't need to put that in there.
No.
And it's always under the excuse that I'm going to do it for gay kids. Okay? You are being subversive. That is what everybody talks about. Is a subversive, okay? There have been gay people since the beginning of time. They didn't need television and movies and stuff to introduce to them ideas that they may not be ready for, okay? A gay will find a gay. And that's why I push really back against the super conservative side that is so anti-gay. I go, you're just creating blackmailing schemes and you're going to lose friends who can't come to grips with their orientation. And I've lost at least one, I would tell you, that could not get out of his own way. And he was a crippling drunk and died. Because every time he got drunk, he'd do gay. And it's just like, I don't care. And then, you get into like Phil Hartman was essential to the building of Pee Wee's Playhouse. And then he got no credit for it. He got nothing. He didn't make any money off it. And that's why he ends up leaving for Saturday Night Live. He's like, I'm out. And he stopped talking to Paul Rubin. So then he gets busted hanging out with a guy that actor got busted with everything. And,
is that the theater thing? Does he get into that? The movie?
Yeah, he does get into that. Now, I will tell you, I don't have a problem with him doing that stuff at a adult bookstore. Yeah. Guess what? There's no books in the adult bookstore, everybody. Okay? That's where people went to go get weird. Let them go get weird. All right? But again, we're getting into this thing with these people who want to be around kids.
Yes.
And Paul Rubin is that cutthroat shark that you hear about all the time in Hollywood. And the only reason we were cool with him is because we loved the character that he played, which was not him as a person. And it gets really weird because it engulfs him. And it's like, Ice Cube, Andrew Dice Clay. I love Andrew Dice Clay. He's an all-time great comic.
I agree.
But it's very weird when a persona takes over your essence and your brand, and you become that character. It's super weird.
Yeah, it's funny. There's this. I can't remember.
So he keeps getting real, as you're trying to find what you're talking about. He keeps getting chances, and he keeps up. He keeps getting chances.
What do you mean?
He would get like Hollywood would let him back in, and then he would get busted doing something else again.
It's Updike who says that celebrity or fame is a mask that eats into the face, and that's really kind of exemplified. It's like, when whatever the face is that you put out that makes you famous, it kind of degrades your soul. You know what I mean? It like becomes part of you, and you kind of feel pressure to.
Well, it's like I was talking with Jamie Kennedy today. It's like authenticity. You hear Eddie Bravo talk about it all the time. Authenticity is the highest frequency. Positive energy is being the most authentic you.
And you can recognize it anywhere. You can feel it when somebody's being that way.
Yeah, I totally agree. And he wasn't. And we look at Paul Rubin through the eyes of Pee Wee Herman.
So is he a villain in this documentary? Like, does he come out looking like a villain?
No, he comes out looking like a flawed character.
Just troubled.
And on his last day of life, he makes a video for the doc saying, I didn't do it. And you don't know what it's like to be seen as that person.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh God. Okay.
But it's like He really lost me when he's like, I got these gay themes into the show. I go, that's not what you're supposed to do, dude.
No.
It's supposed to be asexual as possible. Yes, the female lead head that we all stared at, right?
That's completely different. Kids don't have yet. Let them.
It's just like from my own life to be introduced
that
to
stuff
pornography. It's so early, dude. It destroyed my life.
It's bad for you. Yeah. Bad.
It's destroyed my life. And that's why I push back on all this stuff when they want to have trans reading the kids. It's like you're introducing advanced algebra to kids who are working on ABCs and 1, 2, 3s.
Yeah. The young mind just doesn't know how to integrate those kinds of things. It's like sensory overload.
I've seen it in my own life. My daughter plays Xbox now. You know what she doesn't do? Play with her toys anymore.
Oh, dude. Yeah, my nephew, same way. Yeah.
So I feel like we've kind of robbed her of her childhood in a weird way.
Yeah. Yeah.
She still runs around with dolls, but as soon as she gets to the house, all she wants to do is play the play the PS5. Now, I don't really get mad. Dana's not happy with it, but I don't get mad because they can't go outside and play because it's LA.
Yeah.
If they could go outside and play and they said, I go, get that out of the house.
Does that worry you? Because I assume you grew up somewhere where you could go outside, right?
Dude, I was playing when my mom's like, he didn't play that. I go, Mom, I was hanging out with the next door neighbors at 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't come in the house often until the night. It was nighttime, you just go out.
I was out running around.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason why I want to get out of LA.
Getting dirty.
I just want my kids to get to the house and explore and live life.
Yeah, I wonder about that. I do wonder if that's safe, like healthy. You know what I mean? Growing up,
sitting at home? No, it's not. That's why kids are all chunky now.
And I mean, it seems like RFK Jr.'s had some victories now with these companies who are taking the dyes out.
He cleaned up his stance on the everybody has a wearable thing. He goes, that's not what I meant. I said it wrong.
Okay.
It's just this thing that could track your health if you want to wear it.
We are getting some victories though, right? On these like dyes coming out of foods. And
I think he has to play a game. People have to understand something. In order to survive at that level, there has to be a game played. You can't have all the wins.
Completely, yeah.
Right? So when he comes out and he's like, mRNA or vaccines are good for you. Well, he has to do that or else they would take him out. But so now what he's going to do is put a giant warning on them saying what they cause heart problems. That's a win for me.
I think so too.
But the study they say it's about to drop is going to be a game changer. I hope.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's basically going to link between Hep B and
yeah. I heard about this. Yeah.
I don't know what I can say on YouTube, so I don't want to get us in trouble. Yeah. But they came out with something new. We were very excited today that supposedly a drug that was going to be used for something else. This guy that was just determined to study autism has discovered that a drug that's an over-the-counter drug, when given to nonverbal children, they start to talk.
Really?
Yeah, it's a big thing. All the people in my daughter's classes have been doing it, and they say their kids way more focused now. Like starting to say words. Kids that were lost, especially autism hits boys way harder. Way harder.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, because what autism basically does is it eliminates emotions, and it makes you really focus on basically systems. That's why it hits boys more. Men are all about understanding how the system works and working through the system.
Like organization, right?
Organization. Females tend to be more emotive, more emotional, more expressing love, helping, motherly instincts. Men. That's why it hits boys way harder than girls.
What do you know what the is?
I don't know. I will. If anyone asks, I'll ask Dana. She was telling me about it.
You gonna look into it?
100%.
Very interesting.
I just want my daughter to speak. She says words here and there. But we want her to get it going. I would love that because she's so smart.
It must be frustrating not to be able to
To her,
express
one
yourself,
to
yeah.
me, yeah, it's super. But to her, it's
To her,
even
I
more
mean,
frustrating.
that's what I'm talking about. To her, yeah.
Even more frustrating.
Because if you can't express what you're feeling in a moment,
Yes.
gotta
She
be a
can't
nightmare.
tell us how she's feeling at that moment, so we have to play charades with her.
Oh, really? Oh, how does that work?
We have to go, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want this? Like, she'll grab my hand and lead me to what she wants.
Oh, okay.
If she wants to eat, she'll bring me to the fridge, open the fridge. She wants crackers. She knows where they are. She wants her tablet. She'll take me to where the tablet is. So she communicates in that way. But
That's cool, man. At least she's expressing herself.
yeah, I mean, I really want her to talk. And then we're going to have a big summer because she's going into kindergarten. We're going to get everything right.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, we're very excited. I mean, I'm sad they're in kindergarten, which is great in one way, but it's like, okay, now they're in the system, and now it's a fast forward till they graduate high school.
Oh boy, dude, my nephew just turned 7, and he gets my mother's phone now, his grandmother's phone, and has learned how to do voice to text. And dude, I woke up to this morning. He called me at 5 a.m. LA time, like to play Fortnite. He doesn't understand the time difference, so he thinks like, "Hey, it's sunlight here, time to call." He sent me a text at 5:30 saying, "Okay, this is River calling. Can you play Fortnite? Answer me. I'm going to the beach today." And then he sent me like 20 emojis, like angry wake up emojis. I want to play Fortnite right now. And then he's obsessed with that Stitch character from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, yeah.
He sent a bunch of cheese emojis because I guess that character is obsessed with cheese or something. He says, "Stitch still wants cheddar cheese." He said, "Answer me. Hurry."
Kids and extremely old people text like it's ransom.
Are you
demands.
ready yet? Can you play yet? You're ready. And then he says, "I'm going to do my Pennywise face later." Chucky just walked into the room. Hold on. And he sent me like 5 knife emojis. And then he sent me another knife emoji and a teddy bear emoji. He said, "Do you know that movie about the teddy bear that kills?" And then he sent me a rat emoji. He said, "I watched this movie called Ratatouille and it was good. It's about a mouse that cooks. Are you ready to play Fortnite?" And that was all before I woke up. I had all
Yeah, it sounds like an out of control AI right there.
Yeah, he's so wild, dude. And then
But it's crazy to watch him go from like little meatwad into full conversations.
yes, it's amazing. Yeah. He texts better than my mom already. He's using voice to text.
Oh, my dad's the worst. I mean, I don't even know how he writes some of the stuff. I call my dad nonstop. He never answers the phone. I mean, it's just,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
It's
funny.
crazy, dude. It's a crazy time. Johnny, you got any stories? Because this is
Yeah.
our
Yeah, it's our
4th of July,
Yeah,
and we want
recording.
to take it easy right now.
So this was by far the craziest, even with a Diddy, the craziest to come out of last week. So Candace Owens goes on her show and tells the story of getting a call from the president that is absolutely insane. Now, Candace Owens,
Insane.
if you don't know, is the one who brought us the story in the most in-depth way on Brigitte Macron, saying that, she's a fella. So this is what she claims, and I have no reason to doubt her.
Anyways, this phone call is coming from Florida. Pick up the phone, and lo and behold, so here's what happened. I'm negotiating this thing. I'm negotiating Ukraine and Russia, and you wouldn't believe how many parts are part. It is President Donald J. Trump. He is calling me, and in true President Trump fashion, he jumps right into the narrative. We're not, "Hey, how you doing?" He just jumps right into the narrative of exactly how this went down. I am literally, it is hard to catch my breath to comprehend that 4 days ago, I'm ending a series about Brigitte Macron, and now I'm speaking to the President of the United States, and the topic of conversation, no matter which way you want to slice it, it's about, there's no other way to say it, right? Anyways, I am Macron. I like Macron. We're speaking at the White House, and I'm walking him to his car. And, he says to me, "Mr. President, can I speak to you for a second?" I say, "Of course you can speak to me about anything. What's going on?" And Macron wants to have a little
What's
sidebar.
going on?
And then Macron says to him, "Mr. President, do you know Candace Owens?" And I say, yes, of course I know Candace Owens. What's going on?" And then he continues his narrative, and he tells me that Emmanuel Macron is requesting to his face that I stop speaking about his wife. And one of the things Trump said is like, he tells me, she's old and this is really, really impacting her. And then he said, I saw her, Candace, I saw her up close and she looks like a woman to me. She looks like a woman to me. I had dinner with her at the top of the Eiffel Tower. And I explained to him that she has had this amazing doctor who specializes in, I'm talking to the president of the United States about this, guys.
So crazy.
This is crazy. This is wacky. And I said to Trump, and I will be honest, that at that moment I realized that one day this is going to go into my autobiography. And so I got to say something funny. And I said to him, respectfully, Mr. President. He then tells me we're really close to getting this thing done. And he throws in the art of the deal type stuff. He starts complimenting me. He said, Melania loves you. She says you're so beautiful. She thinks you're so beautiful. I said, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Compliments will get you everywhere in life is my mentality here. And then I say to him what I've agreed to already in the back of my head. I say, look, I'm happy to do this for the short term. Obviously, I don't want to have on my conscience that less Christian men could have died in the East if I just shut up.
And she's right on that.
Yes.
But I'm very clear
Ethnic
to him,
cleansing.
this is going to be short term. And that I fully expect that in a few months I will be able to speak about this. He was about to commit to that, but then it felt to me like someone in the background was like, no, we need this conversation to stop altogether. And then he doesn't say no or yes, but he just says, that he really needs to work with Macron long term, and they have this long working relationship. And I was very clear, this is not long term for me. Like, if you're close to this deal, ink it, let's get it done. And then he sort of offers at the end, he says, hey, maybe I can come on your podcast one day. I'm great for ratings. They're so Trumpian to give yourself a compliment. So I give him the Trump right back. And I say respectfully, Mr. President, I'm apparently good for ratings too, because you've got a leader of a country, the president of the country, asking you to ask me to do a favor.
By the way, that is,
I'm not any. Yeah,
and like I've always said this, if I'm in a room full of comics and Joe Rogan walks in, we all know, and I've seen it happen. I've seen Joe Rogan, Bill Burr, Dave Attell, all these guys, and you know who the alpha is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And everyone acquiesces to that. And I don't care what anyone said. I watched it with my own eyes. Who was the alpha in that room? Men understand that because we run in packs.
Yes.
And we like to have a leader.
And we need that, I think.
Women do not understand that. And again, it goes into this thing that I was talking about, like Alex II's great-great-grandma was a cook at a restaurant when the czar just came in and he was conquering the country, and he stops there and sees her.
Yeah.
And he's like, damn, that night. And then he marries her just because she's that hot.
Crazy, right?
Anna Nicole Smith did right there, dude.
Major jump up.
Major jump up. She went from line cook to the Queen of Russia.
It's unbelievable. That could only happen in Russia too, dude. Not in England. You can't.
Well, I mean, what about the redheaded prince who married the chick from Deal or No Deal or whatever that show was where she had the suitcase?
Right,
where
but that's completely. I mean, you just had it in the 20th century where a king had to abdicate because he wanted to take on a different.
There was a South Korean royalty. She stepped down from royalty to marry her husband.
Yeah. It's where Russia, they kind of had a little different philosophy about that. So so this story though, this is insane. But I have been kind of ambivalent about that story, but this confirms it essentially, right? It must be true.
I mean, it's 100% true.
Yeah, it must be.
Because if it wasn't true, she wouldn't care.
Yeah. Although does that go contrary to what you normally say though, where people, when they're accused of stuff, if they're innocent, they would like cry.
Well, you go, let's say it's not true. Go, it's not true. And then you move on.
Yeah. Like
the Tom Hanks thing, by not acknowledging it at all when the entire internet is calling you out.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, they're not acknowledging it really. This was you don't expect to tell the president and then it end up on a YouTube video. You know, you tell the president on the way to the car, and then now Candace just puts him on blast for millions of people on YouTube. That's rough,
But
man.
you must assume anything he says will make it to the news.
Yes, dude.
At that point, you have to really understand that.
So what do you think though? Here's my question. So what is her end game about continuing to talk about this? What is ideally what would happen to Macron and his wife? Like, does she want them to just admit it? Would that please her? I guess it would, right? Or is she trying to destroy them? You know, like trying to make it so they're not, so he has to get taken down for this? Do you get what I'm saying? What is the end game for her continuing to talk about this? What's the goal?
Well, if it plays to her base that thinks there's a trans agenda.
Okay.
And they believe in that there's witchcraft involved, you know?
But what's the goal? To get them out of office, I guess, right?
No, the goal is to talk about how this is way more because this all comes on the heels of the Michelle Obama stuff. You know, and this is just a
Just
weird
the accusations, you mean?
Yeah. And this is just kind of like, well, it's happened over here. Why couldn't it happen here?
Yeah. All right. Okay, a couple things. So Paramount is going to have to pay Trump for that 60 Minutes interview Kamala, where they just did a work on it to make.
But why does he get money?
Because he's the one who brought the suit. They treated him unfair because he was her opponent in the campaign. Paramount has agreed to pay $16 million to settle Trump's lawsuit over the Kamala Harris interview on 60 Minutes. That was deceptively edited. The agreement in principle proposed by a mediator includes plaintiff's fees and costs, except for fees. Includes plaintiff's fees and costs, and except for fees and costs, will be allocated to Trump's future presidential library, Paramount Global said. The lawsuit, which was filed, sought $20 billion in damages. So he comes in a little short of $20 billion. I wonder how he calculated that, $20 billion. The settlement will include a release of all claims regarding any CBS reporting through the date. How funny is that? So as part of his agreement, he has to agree not to release any possible other actions he could do against CBS up to the date.
And like to them, 16 mil isn't that much.
Yeah, it's nothing. No, they're sneezing.
Even though they're dying, they're just gonna morph into something else. They'll just get bought out by. Yeah. They're gonna turn into a studio and not a network, right? They're just gonna be producing, and they've tried to get in on it with Paramount Plus. That I've seen my favorite shows on there, which is Ink Master.
South Park's on there. What did you see? South Park. They're doing this. Paramount is doing this. I guess it's like a merger between them and Skydance Media, and people were wondering like when's the new South Park coming out. It got delayed. So the guys at South Park put out a statement just yesterday talking about why they're being held up. Here it is. In response to the press release from Comedy Central about the change in premiere date for South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone said, "The merger is a show and it's up South Park. We are at the studio working on new episodes and we hope the fans get to see them soon somehow." So they're pissed. I guess something with the merger made it so that they couldn't put the episodes out yet. And the guys at South Park are angry.
I'm surprised they haven't gone on to their own.
Well, they were going to do that, and then Paramount came in with the huge payday last time. They had already launched their own website, southpark.com, I think it was, where they were putting the episodes. And then Paramount came in with that massive offer and just basically told them you can do whatever you want. And they accepted it. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Trump getting paid there. Liam Gallagher, Oasis getting ready to start that tour. I mentioned it earlier. I was up early the other morning, and Liam Gallagher will just tweet crazy. He's getting ready to play in like South Korea sometime soon, and he just tweets out the words.
Yeah, I love it.
Nothing else. And dude, they are so pissed. They really want to string this guy up for that. Like he had some kind of racist intent. And you can see his first few comments were like, people were like, "Oh, come on, Liam. We didn't think you were racist." And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm not racist. I love everybody. And they're like, yeah, right, dude. And dude, he's just getting wrecked by people with no followers. I mean, millions and millions. I made the mistake
He's
of
getting annihilated.
I made the yeah, he's getting destroyed. He had to delete it, and apologize. But I made the mistake of getting in there like, who cares? You know, I commented or something. So Julio Cesar Chavez.
Oh, dude, this is the greatest story of all time.
It's so wild, man. So
like you are so bad at boxing, you're getting deported.
We talked about it on Cash Daddies. I'm pretty sure that fight was rigged. That he threw that fight.
Can you find where he winks? Is it on? Is it anywhere on the internet?
I mean, I only noticed it when I watched the whole fight. So let me. Okay, hold on. Let me see if they.
Then we gotta go, dude.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I should say the story. Okay, so Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is the son of one of the most famous boxers in the world and in the history of boxing. And he was also a boxer, not a great boxer though, not like his father. He had a lot of talent, but he just didn't do that. And he just lost to Jake Paul. He threw like 18 punches through the first, I don't know, 6 rounds, something like that. And then at the end showed that he could have been doing more. And I think it was fixed because it was the fight that Jake Paul needed to get ranked so that he could fight for, I think it was the WBA or the WBC.
And I think he's
title.
in trouble, dude.
Oh, if he fights somebody real, he's gonna get.
I think he's in deep trouble.
So
if
then,
he
after
actually
the
fights that,
a week after the fight, he has been arrested by ICE and charged or deported on or brought up for expedited removal, rather, for let me see, for his alleged involvement with the Sinaloa cartel, trafficking arms, ammunition, and explosives, according to DHS, and lying on his visa and being on an expired visa. He came in the U.S. illegally in August 2023, and now
Chavez kid's got to sneak into the country.
Is that crazy? So that's just wild. That shows you what kind of. Well,
I blame this all on Biden for just opening the borders, and now good people are getting swept up with bad people.
Well, this ain't good people. Chavez ain't good people, dude.
I'm not saying him, but you're getting into that. We're really hammering on illegals, and a lot of them are good people.
Yeah, and some citizens, I'm sure.
And it's just a matter before they come after Americans, and all these conservatives will be screaming bloody hell when that happens. And I have to say, you're okay. Whatever they do to other people, they're going to turn around and do to you.
Yeah.
And I'm totally with getting rid of bad actors. But I don't know if showing up at people's high school graduations and grabbing them in front of their family is the blunt force trauma people were voting for.
It's got to be a better way to do it. Yeah.
And, who you want to blame? The media. They're the ones showing it. When Biden was doing it, Obama was doing it, when Clinton was doing it, when Bush was doing it, they didn't talk about it at all. They're using it as a wedge to drive people crazy.
Yeah, and I if you're one of these people who's celebrating this with kind of a gleeful joy,
this is what I voted for.
You really should, because yeah, sure, they came in the country illegally, trying to find many of them anyway a better way of life for their families. I can't blame somebody for that. You should just think twice before being gleeful about it, I would say. You know what I mean?
Well, it's just and again, I got in an argument with
some grace
Dylan on my other show, and it's like this notion that Americans won't work jobs is just absolutely stupid.
Oh, dude, we've seen it already.
I was telling him I went through Wendy's at night, and there was a 55-year-old handing me my food.
Yeah, dude. We just saw it at this chicken processing factory where they wiped out the jobs. ICE did, all the employees, and there was just a line around the building the next day of legal and citizens trying to get those jobs.
Yeah,
who were unemployed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's now we'll just do a quick speed round here. This is from Fox News. Biden claims he's getting calls from European leaders who want him more engaged in the Trump era. If you believe that.
No, but I don't believe any of it. Which Biden are they calling? Black Biden, Nephilim Biden? Which Biden is being called right now?
Bicycle legs Biden. NYC mayoral candidate Zohran Mamandi has identified as Black and Asian on his Columbia application.
Well, I'm Blasian too, so I get it. But I'm also Russian too. I'm Russian Armenian.
Zohran, this guy is, I mean, a video got passed. People are saying he's not a communist. And then this video got passed around this week where he's talking about the next step is seizing the
means of production,
which is just straight out of the Communist Manifesto.
Yep.
He is a communist. Michael Madsen of Kill Bill, Reservoir Dogs, and other films. He died only 67 years old. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, brother. You lived a wonderful life. What a blessing. You didn't have to go through the bad old years. You rocked really hard and had a good time. Sending love and prayers to his family.
Yes, according to Vice, people are setting off TSA alarms. People that's flying through airports are setting off TSA alarms in great numbers. And then the final story.
How bad is your dude? There's a hilarious video there's this video of this teenage couple. They do this weird kind of throw where her crotch goes right in his face. Oh. So there's always these remakes of them with either old couples or fat couples, and they try to do it. So this Filipino couple does it, and he flips his wife, and his wife's face goes in his crotch, and he starts throwing up. Starts dry heaving. Now, if you go, that's fake, okay, why are you putting out a fake of your wife having up down there?
Yeah, I guess.
And why would she be okay with putting that out? That's even crazier.
It's horrible.
Anything for clicks and views, dude.
Yeah. Last story. So more and more people now are using AI for legal services. This guy in Ontario had $32,000 in cash seized from him in one of these police seizure situations, and he used AI to do his legal arguments. And AI just made up fake legal precedents for him to use in his argument. So he lost it. He got the money. They were able to keep the money because he used AI instead of hiring an attorney to get his money back. It was like the AI was just making up court cases, and he was handing them in like he knew what he was talking about. You know, he was like, yeah, according to blank versus blank in 1973, this is an illegal seizure of my property. And then the judge is like, dude, I don't know what you're talking. That's just a made up case.
You're trusting fallen angel voices to guide you through a legal thing.
After that,
by the way, you probably,
I think so.
If P Diddy use AI, you probably have a better lawyer.
Well, he's getting away with it. What do you mean?
He's not getting away with it. We don't know how many years he's getting.
We'll see. I mean, for what he did, he sure is getting away with it. By the next time we talk, I will have seen Superman. I'm pretty excited about it.
I'm excited for that. I gotta go see the Formula One. There's a bunch of
good, dude. It's good.
A bunch of kids stuff that I gotta go see.
It's good. By the way, this Topanga Mall is so badass. That's like a hidden gem in the valley.
Yeah, for sure.
Thick, dude.
Yeah, it's nice.
They have this place in the food court that is like Fogo de Chao, but in a food court. It's called like La Vaca, I think, and it's Brazilian, where they shave you off as much meat as you want and they weigh it, and it's got a whole salad bar and everything in the food court. I'll
go there if you want to grab lunch one time.
Oh, dude, let's do it. It's great.
All right, I gotta go.
That's it. What's the word?
P Diddy and the fam. Who you know do it better.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, buddy.
We'll be in the studio next week, everybody. Bye-bye.